Aloha and welcome to the Loco My Life. It is Tuesday and Cassie is whining like a little puppy whines when mommy tries to go live. Yes, and the others are barking. Okay, yeah, they know exactly why. So anyhow, aloha. Welcome, gang. I hope you guys are ready for a different live. I decided I've been talking to our guest panelists, and I know she's been working on starting a channel of her own, and we thought, let's bring her up here so we can sit and talk with each other and talk about a case that has actually really touched many of us. However, before I bring her up, I did want to say some real quick thank you, I love yous to a couple people. First of all, Miss Louisiana girl, you joined as a member. Thank you so much. I love you, my dear. That's one of my OGs right there. LG is one of my OGs. And so I was so happy to see her pop in there. And a second ago, my little secret blue wrenching, she didn't realize I had done it right at the end of the live last time. And I'm sneaky. That's how I do my modding. I do it when no one realizes they're being modded. And, but Seal, thank you for joining, my dear. Thanks for joining us, my dear. And yes, other people who have been members. Okay, Grandma Sherry and so many. I did not realize we just hit the 1 month. We hit 1 month with memberships. Oh my God, gang. I'm like, what? So I need to start scheduling our first members only karaoke night. That's what I got to set up. So, but before I get talking about that and forget about someone I have backstage right now, here she is. You guys also know her as Kkay. It is Ms. Cajun True Crime.
Hi, guys.
How you, girl?
I'm good. You have someone backstage.
I know. That was when Robbie did the intro for Cantina. I would always get because I got excited. Every time I'd have someone backstage, I would get, because you don't expect to have people there.
That's my favorite part of your intro. I have someone backstage.
With Robbie, it's falling out of the chair. With me, it's...
Oh, my God. That is the funniest thing ever.
Oh, my God. So I just noticed also, B. Tim just member. Thank you. I'm so excited, gang. And Nicole has been a member for 1 month also. Time's going by way too freaking quick. Oh, I can't pull Nicole's up. I was going to pull Nicole's comment up, but I guess it's not letting me do Nicole's. That sucks, because I love Nicole, and I'm going to definitely say, I love you, my dear. Thank you. I can't believe it's been a month now. So, but we got a bunch of people in chat. So let's say hi, because I know you know most of these people too.
I do.
So we've got, of course, I said hi to Louisiana girl. I'm so happy to see her. I haven't seen her for a little bit, and I miss her.
She's been busy and traveling and living the life.
Oh, yes. That's the way we live. That's how it should be. Enjoy, live the life. No, then you have life happen at the same time. So, and dear Grandma Sherry and Nicole, my dear, one of the Nicoles, we're not going to say if it's the better. No, it's the better. It's the better Nicole. It's the Nicole we love. Yes, that's it. Sorry, inside joke. What can I say? And also, who we got? Seal. Yes, Seal is blue. I wish I could make mods purple, I mean. That's what it should be. We should be able to change the color of our mods, because they'd be totally purple in my eyes. My local bacterium, your local bacterium. Yes. Hello, my dear. Hope you're doing well. And Burden. How you doing, Burden?
Oh, Burden killed it today with all of her lives.
Burden always. Burden, I don't know how. I think she's cloned and we just don't know it. Okay, and she's always researching. Yeah, that's it. She's got all these different triplets, and because like I said yesterday, I watch her channel and I feel like I have sat through the Today Show.
Mhm.
And I've got all my updates on all the cases that matter to me and stuff like that.
And of course,
And
she's like the most gorgeous one on the Today Show.
oh, yes, but of course. And we love you, Burden.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that girl. How you doing, my dear?
Hey,
Love you,
that
my
girl.
dear. I gotta catch up with you again, see what you're doing on your projects over there.
I
I
know, Little Miss
finally,
Crafty Miss
yes.
Crafterson.
I love all the crafts that this community does. And none of us really realize it because a lot of them we're doing behind the scenes, but we do them to keep busy.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's really fun. Hen's back. Hen joined us in Cantina on Friday. And I was so happy to see. Hen was another OG. She was back in the early. That girl was actually one of the early days. And there's Ramblin' Rome. Hey, Ramblin', how you doing? Sorry, I know I'm going through everyone's name slowly but surely. Yeah, Louisiana girl hunting alligators out there. Alligators. Yeah,
That's
they're not
what we do,
crocodiles.
Sha.
I love it. And so let's see. Did I miss anyone here? I know Nutty Buddy. How
Cristola.
dare I forget my one poor girl who changed her name and will be Nutty Buddy until future notice. So for those of you guys who are wondering, our dear Nutty Buddy is good old Christella. I love you, girl. Oh my gosh. I am alive. Hen is alive. Patronus Glow, how you doing? Welcome, my dear.
Hi, love.
Welcome. Yay! Hopefully
She,
we'll be able. Yeah.
She's one of the ones that I actually texted the live. I was like, it is at this time, because she's always like, I miss your lives. I always don't know what time it is. And so I texted her. I'm like, it is at this time, at your time. And she was like, okay, I subbed just to make sure that I'll be there.
Patronus Glow, thank you. And by the way, is Patronus from Harry Potter Patronus or another Patronus is what I need to know. Because Harry Potter rules, but we won't go there. So, and Louisiana girl, if you didn't get to hear me earlier, thank you for joining, my dear. I was telling everyone you're one of my OGs, and so I was so happy to see that. So, Expecto Patronus Glow.
It's
What would your Patronus
Leviosa,
be?
not Leviosa.
Leviosa. Exact. Okay, before we go into this, let's figure this out. If you had a Patronus, what would your Patronus be? Guys in chat, let us know. What is your Patronus? I would say I would probably be a otter. I love sea otters. What can I say? What about you, Kkay?
An owl.
And oh, look at that, Grandma Sherry.
Big owl right here. Because owls.
So you would be an owl too.
And owls stand for wisdom.
That's true. That is true.
And with everything I've been through with life, I've just gained all this wisdom.
That's true. Nope. Owl makes sense. That would work well. Phoenix says a phoenix for hen. And actually, yes, I think that's allowed. We don't know if they're real or not. For all we know, they could be real right now. Okay. And according to, rolling, they are. And also, that girl, thank you, my dear, for becoming a YouTube member. I love you. That's another OG gang. Okay. When I joined YouTube, there were a couple people that I was always like, if I could ever become friends with them and be able to call them friend, I would be so happy. And that's one of them, girl, right there. And she's an awesome person. Nutty Buddy, I thought you were a member already, girl. What happened? Are you coming in under two names now or what? But I love you. Crystal is one of my, been around forever and ever and ever. And they are real in Harry Potter. And you like the pets.
So, and before we leave the Harry Potter conversation, in the one of the final two, the person that plays Tom Riddle,
is Tom Felton. Oh wait, no, Tom Riddle, not Draco. Okay, yes,
right. So the person that plays Tom Riddle is actually Voldemort's actual nephew in real life.
Yes.
And he is in this movie series that I'm absolutely obsessed with. And it's called Always.
You've been talking about that series with me, like
His name is
crazy
Hero.
talking with it.
Yes,
You
his
have been
name-
talking about
Oh,
that like nuts. And
That's like relationship goals for me. And I finally made my mom watch the first one. She was like, I cannot believe you're making me watch this. And I was like, this is the only romantic movie that I will ever watch in my whole entire
be able
life.
to watch.
And there's
Oh, but so
four
it
of
is a
them.
romance.
Yes. There's
It-
four
okay.
of them, and the fifth one is coming out next year. And I watched it for the first time last December. And
Okay.
then in between like November and now, I've watched it like 5 times, like all 4 movies.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. That sounds like me with some of my Korean dramas. Okay, I'll have to
like,
look for it later.
and I'll show you his picture like as we start.
Oh, well, I was looking for, I actually have a picture with the guy who played Mr. Malfoy.
Draco.
Yeah, not Draco, his dad.
Oh, his dad.
And I was at a Comic-Con and I was fully dressed up in my full Gryffindor robes with my wand and everything. And ooh, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we've got a Harry Potter group here. We definitely got the Harry Potter group here. So Sleuth is here. Hey, Sleuth, my dear. How you doing, my dear? Okay, well, let's see. We just talked about Harry Potter for way too long, and this is not Cantina, but I love Harry Potter, and what can I say? Okay, I would love to see the show on Broadway that they had. That girl, you and I got to have a talk. Because
and
that's not allowed.
Nutty Buddy,
No.
Kristola.
Okay, we're gonna have a watch. Ooh, I wish we could do a watch party. That would be so cool. You're right, Hen. He is pulling off James Dean vibes. That picture that you showed, totally James Dean guy. Yeah, totally. So, and okay, I think I got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
We got to get off this subject or we're not going to.
You got it. We will never pull off getting here. Exactly. Yeah. So I do want to let everyone know real quickly, I have pinned up at the top, that way, I think, depending on how your computer is set up, Miss Cajun True Crimes, Miss Kkay's channel. She has just started her channel up, and many of us know her through, just talking in chats and stuff like that. So please, when you have a chance during this live, make sure you go over and just hit that subscribe button, because she's getting more and more channels out there, more videos out there and all. And yes, she did an Amber Alert yesterday, and that person was found just like that. So she's getting used to, yeah, you didn't, she's just starting to kick it off, my dear. So make sure you get a chance to go there. She's going to be hopefully getting more and more videos out there, my dear, right?
Yes, definitely. Yes. I've been covering a lot of missing people, and whenever I get a little bit more comfortable, I'll dip my toes into some true crime. So
you got it. You got it. You know, the hardest thing is just doing it, because it's so scary at first, but once you just start doing it, yeah, you realize. Kristola, go lay down, get some rest. Okay, take it easy, my dear, because ear infections, yeah, mom's been fighting one and it is not fun. So take care of yourself, my dear. So Athena, all of us here, I know, Kkay, you had mentioned to me talking about Athena. We were talking about this case yesterday. And all of us have been following. This one really hit us when the word started coming out last week. What were some of the first things that were going through your mind when you heard about a little girl who had gone missing, and her 5-year-old, a whole 5 years old, was out wandering the streets? What were some of the first thoughts that were going through your head?
I actually thought that Athena was the 5-year-old. And I came into y'all's live and I was like, I was getting confused because I was like, wait, but they already found Athena, thinking of Athena Strand. Because
Yes.
that was actually the first video that I did, is I did her presser whenever they found her. So
Right.
I was like, I'm so confused. So I thought she was the 5-year-old, and I thought that she was going to find food or water for her little sister. And then whenever I found out that she was actually the younger sister, I was like, uh-oh.
Barely 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Barely 4, to the point where everyone thought she was 3 initially. I
right.
know a lot of you guys in chat, okay, the same thoughts. We were all furious. Okay. I thought of Athena Strand when I read about Athena Brown. So same thing with
Mhm.
your local bacterium. We had
Well,
just gotten finished.
and
Yeah.
they're so close because they're so close, Oklahoma, Texas, and
Yeah.
I thought that she was abducted, and then whenever I found out that actually her caretaker took his 4 kids and went to Arizona, I was like, well,
Something's wrong.
what is going on? Did
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
leave them there to starve?
Yeah, exactly. First of all, LG, yeah, go take care of our little girl. And I'm sorry she's dealing with COVID. Is I've still, knock on wood, not had to deal with it, but oh my gosh, other than my brother, he's gotten it, but I haven't.
We
And
all know
Bushes
how
is
I dealt with
here.
it.
Yep, exactly. Hey, and the bushes. Yeah, what Grandma Sherry said, that was actually kind of where I was initially. My thought was, I didn't realize at first he had taken his kids and left Athena and Adina. I had no idea about that. And I was sitting here thinking, oh, it had to have been abduction. The 2 girls, okay, he left his kids for a little bit, and she went walking. And then as soon as I heard he had taken his kids, but not the others, my heart dropped at a totally different level, because immediately I couldn't get out of my head. Why would you take your kids, but not someone else's kids, especially that young? And it just
Right.
really, yeah, Hen, I can't believe anyone would abandon 2 young, 4 years old and 5 years old. And I'm not even going to barely say 4 years old, because she barely made 4 years old. Okay, she was closer to 3 than she was 5, put it that way.
Right.
And it just, yeah, it a lot of us just, our hearts dropped. I thought what we would do, since I think most of us know the story of what happened, but as a reminder, bingo that girl. You could not even leave a gerbil behind. Yeah. I'm worried because I've got 3 trips to the mainland coming up in the next 6 months, and I'm worried about leaving the dogs with Mom. Okay, Louisiana girl, yeah, it makes you wonder if she left before the man. And things, so many questions we're going to start getting answers on. Just as a reminder, I thought what we could do is just real quickly go through what led up to the arrests. Just as a reminder of anyone who caught the story late, because we all know how a lot of times we get covering a story and we forget to go back to day 1 and remember how everything started. So I was trying to go back to my old notes and all of this started from what we saw, January 10th. Okay, on Tuesday, January 10th, a postal worker, an amazing angel postal worker, okay, ran into 5-year-old Adina. Okay, Adina was outside and went up to this postal worker and just told her, hey, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, I'm hungry and I'm scared and I can't find my sister. That postal worker, just to take that step up, and she has, to this moment, I keep following up on her. She's one of the ones like, no, I'm going to make sure this kid goes to, Adina goes to a safe place. I promised her when I gave her that hug and told her everything would be okay, I meant it. And so they found out that was the night that police started immediately. Okay, there were hundreds of volunteers searching the woods, because at that point, everyone thought they had 2 kids who had been left alone at home. right, Kkay? They were just left alone at home. There were woods, there were all that.
Right.
So, and the OSBI took over the investigation. House was taped off, search warrants executed. Okay, yeah, burden of proof. You can hear that. They left me. Why did they leave me? Why did they leave me? What did I do? Think about what the rest of her life, this little one. Okay, luckily, I don't want to say luckily, but in a way, maybe age will help somewhat. But 5 is an age where you do start remembering a lot more. And being left alone, having to forge for herself. Okay, what did she know or not know about what was going on? And hey, Susan, how you doing, my dear? And yeah, this one is heartbreaking. This one is beyond. And it really is. The next day, Wednesday, yep, Nicole, she lost everyone, her mom, her dad, her sister.
The people that she may have even thought were her other siblings as well, the other 4 kids.
True. They'd been there for how long?
A year and a half to 2 years.
Yep. Bingo. So they were her siblings. If she was 5 years old, that was a good 1/3 of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for Athena, it was half of her life, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they lost their other siblings through this. Mom and dad, sister. She's not just an orphan now. She is like the only one left for herself. I think she's going to probably have people who love her like nothing else in the world here on forward. But she, in the end, yeah, and she was abandoned not once but twice. Not once but twice. And
I wonder if, if she even knows that Alicia, I don't know how to say her name. Alicia?
I've heard Alicia is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. Chat, if we're mispronouncing, first of all, we apologize. Second of all, let us know. I heard Alicia is what I'm hearing.
So
but I'm not even sure.
I wonder if she even comprehends that Alicia and Ivan are not mom and dad, because they were calling them mom and dad.
That's true.
So,
probably.
So, I mean, and we don't really know why her mom and dad didn't have custody of her. Right. And so, yeah, if they do get custody of her now, how is she going to react to that?
Exactly. It's like those cases where someone is away from their parents for the formative years and then come back. How do you do it? That's great to know, burden it is, Alicia, is how you've been saying. And yeah, she'll have those trust issues, things like that she has to work through. The rest, abandonment. I mean, so much to have to deal with at that age.
Survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah, as she gets older and starts to comprehend what has happened around her, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Do we know if the court representation is that placement was court ordered?
So
okay, what you got on that?
I'm not sure, but I do know that Alicia is first cousins with their actual biological mother. Right. So I don't know if it was court ordered or anything. I mean, I have read through documents.
Okay, Seal has some. Seal is saying it wasn't court ordered, according to Seal. And you know what? That kind of, in Hawaii, we do this a lot of times. There's a lot of times where if mom and dad, for one reason or another, can't, then other family members will step in. Right. And the courts are never brought into the whole picture. I did know that one of the news stations had asked CPS or CFS there whether or not they were in touch with family and all. And they're like, this is confidential information. We're talking about minors. We can't share that information. But there was no court involvement.
I do know that, to answer Seal's question, who will care for Adina? Adina is now from what I understand, Burden, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that she's been placed within the system now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at this point, there's a lot of people who will step up, and because she has everyone's heart right now. She really does have everyone's heart right now. And people will, yeah, I heard there was some little agreement behind. I just didn't know if there was a court connection with it. So, on Wednesday, so the day after the disappearance was actually reported, that's when, okay, they had started the searches. They had gotten the search warrant executed. There was our first news conference. And during that, the OSBI said, was asked, okay, well, are you in contact with the parents and all that? And when asked, they said, okay, they could not answer where the parents were. It was part of the investigation, and a grid search was conducted that day. It ended at about 4 p.m., and they had searched everywhere. What I do like that they've done in this case is they really involved the community, because the community really cared and they want to be there. And so many times communities don't feel like there's anything they can do.
And I think
this time they were allowed.
I think Burden said the first night there was 250 volunteers. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. There were tons. And it was great to see them doing that and recognizing how can we use use all these people within the grid search. How can we use drones? How can we use all these other things to be able to make this work? And so they closed the search, the grid search at 4 p.m. that day. And on Thursday, the 12th, they moved to the idea of could she be in the trash, things like that. So they shut down all trash pickup at that point. Okay, in Cyril, there was no more trash pickup going on, and they discovered the transfer station was in Fletcher. So they took that transfer station and they closed it to all new drop-offs until further notice. Now, we know a lot more after the fact, and this is one of the reasons why I'm going back through all this, is because what we were talking about yesterday, a lot of times we start hearing bits and pieces, not realizing where the end, we're seeing more of the end mark now. And yes, trash and all that wasn't a thing, but they were going through all these steps. And that's why it's important for us to be able to go back and recognize what all they were doing. Yeah, the community, the beauty in that community, the care and the love in that community. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm seeing a little bit of that right now with Brittany T. Her community is trying to come together too. And so many, that's what they want to do. The other thing that happened on Thursday was the arrests. Okay, 4/12 that evening, Alicia was arrested. And do you want to share with everyone what her arrest charges were on? I know you have all that info too. Yeah. Two cases of that.
Yes, for both Adina and Athena.
So, and that I said last week when we were talking about, I am so happy to see police actually arresting people for neglect like this. Because I remember the West Boys, there was none of that arrest for neglect. And you're like, wait, there had to be neglect at least going on here. Now, there may be reasons legally why they don't do that. Maybe they feel like they can get further in the investigation by not arresting. That's possible. Because once you arrest, people are going to lawyer up and stuff like that.
But so, just the fact that she was off with a new boyfriend while 2 children are home alone. Like, that just blows my mind.
When that happened, and we were being told by her that, oh, well, I was over with my boyfriend or whatever, and he's okay. Ivan was the one who was supposed to be with the kids. And I'm just like, things are, and then the next story where he left and all that, I'm just like, no, something is really off here. And this is not in,
and then, she's with the boyfriend, and she had no idea that he actually took their 4 children and actually left on Friday the 6th to go to Arizona. And she had no idea. And I thought that he was with them the whole time.
Yep, exactly. And exactly in the bushes. When it came down to it, 2 children were never home alone. We were being led to believe during this whole time that it was 2 little girls who were left alone at home. No, it was a 5-year-old little girl who was left alone without her little sister. Okay, a 5-year-old, do you think they have even the first idea of how to fend for themselves, how to cook, how to clean, do anything, not even clean, but even just, hell, 5 years old, you're barely at the point where you're able to run to the bathroom and take care of stuff.
That's exactly what
change
I was about
clothes.
To say.
Yep. And
she even reached the light to turn it on whenever it gets dark.
Yep. Bingo. It is so freaking frustrating with that. She said he had all 6 kids, but she knew, her story, what we were told. And again, it's one of those reasons why I'm going from the beginning on, because it's important for us to be able to realize when we're jumping to conclusions and we're making assumptions and things like that. Yeah. Now we can start seeing, yes, some of these speculations we made were right on. Okay, it did not make sense how 2 adults would leave 2 children alone. Now we find out it's 1 child alone. So, but it's good to go back and remind ourselves of these things. She said he had all 6 kids, but she knew Athena was gone. So how could he have had all 6 kids to begin with? So, hard to keep up with lies. When you start telling lies in any situation, it's hard to keep the lies going.
That's why I don't lie. Because I forget.
I know. I'm the worst liar in the world. Trust me on that. So Alicia was the caregiver. Okay, stepmom, whatever the hell you want to call her. Okay, piece of shit, whatever else you want to call her, was arrested on 2 charges of child neglect, 1 for each of the girls. Later, Ivan was also arrested in his case in Arizona. Exactly. And a lot of us were having questions when that happened because, he was arrested there. So we had fugitive things, all sorts of different questions going. I remember a couple of discords where we were trying to figure out, how does this fit in with this and stuff like that. His charges in the end came up with 1 count of murder in the 1st degree and 1 count of child neglect. The moment that came out, I think we all our concerns kind of were set. We knew what was going on. We knew why the search was going in different ways. All those things started happening there.
And
your
then,
local back, yeah.
Then there was a rumor that Adina actually did this to Athena. And I was like, that how could you even come up with something so ridiculous?
But here, let's do this. I have blurred out her face, but it's on the thumbnail. It's not on what I have here. But go back to the thumbnail. You will see a picture of the of Adina and Athena. I did blur out her face because she does deserve privacy. Okay, she's going to have enough to go through the rest of her life. She doesn't need to have her face everywhere. But no, look at the sizes of the 2. Look at those. No, doesn't make any sense.
That little picture of her in that blue shirt, the top one. Oh, this is so cute.
That is just, we forget who it is that we're looking for over time because the stories just become stories and all. So this takes us to, at this point, we have both of them arrested. Okay. And Burden, I am going to agree with you. I think there should be more charges put on her big time.
100%.
I think there's definitely things, I mean, related to murder.
Accessory after the fact.
Mm-hmm. I mean, trying to hide things, so many things that these two people, when they end up in jail, I hope they go through even half of what poor Athena and Adina are going through. Adina's going through and Athena went, because their lives will be miserable, even with half.
If she even makes it.
Yeah, exactly. She does. She looks like a little angel there. Burden, I believe the charges were amended, but the court system wasn't updated as of, and I've been trying to keep an eye. I was hoping there'd be some updates before we went live, and I hadn't seen anything, but I wasn't sure if I was missing something. So if anyone hears of any updates before we finish this live, let us know.
Not reporting a murder, isn't that a charge?
It is.
Not reporting a death.
Exactly. And that girl, all these babies without good parents, and there's so many people out there who would do anything to bring a child into their life and give them the greatest life possible. And we hear these things all the time. Let's see. Louisiana girl, the system just showed more felonies, but nothing specific. So hopefully that'll change in the next little bit. So anyhow, we just got, look at Burden raising her hand. I'm worried about what Adina saw. Honestly, Seal, I'm very worried about that.
Someone said that Adina, and this is not confirmed, but someone said that Adina was actually with Ivan when he took Athena.
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's so many possibilities. Luckily, she is going through forensic psychologist appointments and stuff like that. I'm sure they will make sure she gets really good care to be able to talk. But and that girl, you're right. We're talking about Adina and Athena. What about those other 4 children? They just lost their mom and dad. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, we hate their mom and dad right now with a passion, but there are 4 little ones out there, I'm not sure what the age range is, that now will only see mom and dad if they go to a prison to visit. I mean, so much out of just a couple minutes or whatever, when a person can't handle their temper or stuff. If you can't handle having the children, find people who can. And I say that all the time, but I wonder if Athena was the only one who got beaten.
I thought
there's a lot of those questions. There was a lot of holidays are very stressful. We're talking Christmas, and I don't know, there's so many possibilities that connect into that. I mean, I could go on and on with, was there drinking going on? Was there this? Was there that? All sorts of different things. So what I want to do now is go through, and I know a lot of people have gone through this, but this is actually the arrest affidavit and for Ivan, and it kind of gives us a better idea of what went on. I am using the redacted one, mainly because Kkay and I were talking. The male person's name is in here. The biological mother is in here. People are in here that deserve their privacy, even though again, it's out there for people to find, but if we can give them privacy, the better. So anyhow, it starts off that probable cause exists to cause the arrest of Ivan Neal Adams for the public offense against said county and state, to wit, first-degree murder. And that probable cause of the affiant believing such facts exists as follows. On January 10th, a 5-year-old, AA, was located wandering near her residence at 225 West Nebraska Avenue, Cyril, Cato County, Oklahoma, by a male person who called the local police, and Cyril Police Chief Garrett Rainey responded. AA was forensically interviewed. Okay, I'm going to stop right there with that. Most of us know what forensic interviews are. Okay. These people are trained to be able to talk with a person who has gone through trauma. Okay. And remember through the senses and stuff like that. What did it feel like? What was the temperature like? Those things that if anyone's ever been through trauma, the things that trigger memories a lot of times are the smells, a feeling, things like that. So by hitting on those, they're able to start remembering stuff that they may have blocked out. And so that's what she was going through. Okay. A lot of us used to watch, I don't know, did you watch Criminal Minds, girl?
Oh God, I loved Penelope and
I love Penelope. Yeah, and Reed. And
Yeah.
but anyhow, yes. And but yeah, we've kind of gone through and seen some examples. You can come on YouTube and see stuff. Well, not as much on the forensic side, but you can see how Louisiana girl. Oh, you were typing something out. I'll go back and see it when you redo that. So she was interviewed and disclosed that she had been home alone and she is tired of being alone. Okay, that says words completely right there. Okay, a child does not get tired of being alone for an hour or something like that. Okay, and I wonder how much of that is just being ignored also. How alone was she going into this on top of everything else? And Rainey received a call from one of the caretakers of AA, Alicia Adams, whom asked where AA's 4-year-old sister was. Kkay was located. At that moment, it was learned that Kkay was missing. So we're talking about Athena. That was the moment when they contacted Alicia saying, hey, we've got your daughter here. Okay, we have your daughter here. What's going on? Why is she alone? All that. And Alicia's answer comes back, well, where's Athena? And that's when officially, yes, I'm sure they were getting it from her sister, but they had knowledge that no one knew where this little girl was. At that moment, she was missing. AA reported she called Alicia, and here's what you were talking about earlier. She called Alicia mom and Allie, and called Alicia's husband, Ivan Adams, dad, and Uncle Ivan. So they were known. Yeah, they were. Yeah, it's confusing too. I mean, uncle, mom, dad, things like, yeah, that's confusing also, to be honest. But there was that feeling that they were parental figures. Mm-hmm. And you don't call someone mom unless there's a parental feeling there.
Unless you feel that she's your mom.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. There we go, Louisiana girl. My girl was forensically interviewed after an incident with her kindergarten teacher that was, I'm so sorry that happened, girl. Wow. They were amazing with her. And that's it. They know how to work with these kids. They know what they've been through, but they know how important it is for them to get the real information out. Mm-hmm. And I give it to these people. When we talk about thanking people for what they do for the community, these people, they have to live with the stories that they hear all the time, and they do it. And it just amazes me the heart that these people actually have. Right. Yeah, Sleuth Mom, I'm so happy to know they were gentle with her and able to work with her that way. So let's see, going on, Kkay, so Athena and Adina, Okay's biological mother left the two of them in the care of Alicia and Ivan approximately 1.5 to 2 years earlier, which I find interesting. There's not a more specific date on that. That's been something that's upset me from day one on this. Alicia and Ivan never took Athena or Adina to a doctor for checkups, did not enroll them in school or anything. Okay. Athena, 3, 4, okay, it would be pre-K type things, but
Adina,
we keep seeing this. Adina, 5 years old, yeah. And we keep seeing this when we've been talking. Hey, Kelly, how you doing, my dear? We've been doing the CPS series and all recently, and we've been talking about how often kids disappear from schools. That is one of the big red flags when a child is not going to school and is not signed up for a very real, organized homeschool program, because homeschool has a wonderful place in the world, but it needs to be a real program. Aaron McAdams, that's a good point. Not all states have kindergartens. That is a good point. And I am willing to give that. I'd have to go look into what they had in that location. But that is a fair point. And but doctor's appointments in a year and a half to 2 years, that's something that's a little harder for me to address. Yeah, the pre-K, definitely. I know a lot of people who have actually chosen not to send their children to pre-K because they feel they can do just as much at home for the pre-K and do play dates and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying, you know, I can see things. The healthcare side, though, is a different issue to me, because we know at that age, those are the years that kids need certain preventative type things set up. Okay, how often do kids get sick during those years? Having a checkup on it, okay, an annual or something like that, just to make sure they're okay. And Sleuth Mom, very true. PA just changed the laws to mandate school by age 6. It was 8 until this year. Interesting.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah, 8. That's actually, yeah, that's a little on the old side, I would say. That's just me. Okay. They didn't have their papers. Yep. Bingo. So yeah, little things like that you're wondering. My question, of course, would be, though, what about their other children? Were there other children going to school? Were there other children going to doctor's appointments? Was it just these 2 that were chosen not to have doctor's appointments and stuff like that? Okay, those are things that we won't get the answer. It's not our prerogative to know.
Right.
But they're questions. Sleuth Mom, B. Tim's work. Ooh, watch out, Tim. God only knows what that special surprise is for you. God only knows. So, Oklahoma does have kindergarten available, but we don't know the rest yet. Exactly. So depends on the paperwork. Bio Mom left too. Yeah, and that's true. We've got a lot of connections here that we're not able to pull all together on. So review of phone records for Alicia and Ivan did not match with what they were reporting to Flores. On December 26th, so the day after Christmas, between 4:15 in the morning, so 0415-0530 is morning. Military time, you subtract 12 hours is how you figure out, for those of you who don't know military time. So 4:15 to 5:30 a.m., Ivan's phone records show his phone leaving where they lived and traveling to Rush Springs, Oklahoma. Alicia and Ivan had a previous residence located in the Rush Springs area. Now, let me pull this up real quickly as I read the next. This is the Google Earth map for that trip. Okay, it's not that far. Okay, 25, 37, depending on which direction you take. You notice there is a way that you can go there without tolls. That would probably keep you off cameras, because of course we know toll areas most likely have cameras connected to them. So there's a very good possibility that he may have taken that route. And also, let me pull this down. So he was taking that drive that day. Traveling there, that they had. So what did he do when he got there? First of all, Cajun, Kkay, did you have something you were going to say? I heard you take a breath.
Seal asked, is that in Cato County? I think Rush Springs is.
Yeah, I know where they lived. It was Cato County, but yeah, that's a good question. Let me check that. Rush Springs, Oklahoma County. Let's see what we get. Grady County. So he had to cross from one county into another for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So that changes some stuff there. What do we got here? Sorry to go away from this topic. Has anyone heard of Brianna Kimball? Ooh, wow. You know what? You and I talked about that case the other day, and that's something I got to take a look into that case for sure. Rush Springs is Grady. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for catching that. Oh, is Margie here? Did I meet him? I missed Jet's mom. Hey, Jet's mom. How you doing, my
Yes,
friend?
Mom.
And also, okay, let me bring back up that picture so I can read the rest while we're looking at that. So on January 12th, 2023, let me go back here. Okay, got it. On January 12th, okay, Flores re-interviewed Alicia and read her Miranda warning. So this is when she was arrested, to which she waived her Miranda rights. Alicia confessed that on Christmas Day around midnight that night, Ivan beat Athena and held her up by her arms. Athena was not moving and her eyes were barely open. He then laid her on the ground and punched her at least 3 more times in her chest. Athena never moved after that. This occurred at their residence. Ivan then left around 1 a.m. on December 26th with Athena. So what this sounds like to me is it happened midnight between the 25th and 26th is what it's sounding like to me. Okay, so maybe 11 something like that. He left at 1 o'clock at that time with Athena. When he arrived back, he told Alicia that he had buried her near a fence line that was next to the old residence in Rush Springs. He informed her he placed a large broken branch over the burial site. So, and that's the reason why they felt they could come up with the first-degree murder charges. Off of that, let me see what we got here. Aaron, however, if no one knew they existed since they would not have been enrolled prior to them being in the, yes, exactly. And that's where a lot of people do start going missing. Very sad. This one is really hearing the whole story and what happened.
And looking at his face, I just can't.
And I get upset knowing that this happened in a house. Okay, I'm sure there was noise that could not happen in quiet. Okay, she had to have seen.
And
the kids had to have heard.
And the fact that Alicia continued to do TikToks and laugh and sing and sing Britney Spears and just continue on and spent a week with her boyfriend knowing that this happened to this baby is beyond disgusting.
We sit here right now not even knowing intimately the family relationship and all, and it upsets us, and yet she's able to go doing that. Hey, my dear, living like Phoenix. Love you, Amber. Love you, my dear.
Miss you.
Yeah, and that's exactly that girl. That's what she was doing. She kind of was like a beauty influencer type thing. So she was posting pictures of her nails and she was doing all these things. And it's like, what? And exactly that pin just hit exactly where my thought was. She, after seeing her husband, okay, or whatever, kill this child out of anger, she, instead of grabbing her own children and protecting her own children, she up and left so that he was stuck with all the kids. I'm sorry, gang. I try not to jump into stuff and all, but that's extra. We're talking about neglect chance. Okay. To me, that's neglect on all 4 of those others.
And then people were like, well, what if she was abused? And what if she didn't say anything because he threatened her? I'm sorry. You're with another man and your husband knows that you're with another man. Shouldn't that terrify you more?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That girl actually has a great point. And it's something that we always have to go back to. And I thank you, because this is how we should be working as a community. When we see each other kind of going down these things, it's like, whoa, 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 pull back, pull back. We don't know everything the police know. We don't know everything inside people's heads. She could have turned on him, hoping she could get the lead on everything, and she might be more involved. We don't know. Right. Again, initially, we thought they were shutting down trash dumps and stuff like that.
And then we find out this. And the only reason that I think that they even jumped to the conclusion of shutting down the trash is because of what happened to Quentin, which is sad that we have to think about that now.
Well, and there's a lot of cases that have done that. I know they've done some level of that with Cody, because there's been other cases in the background. That's unfortunate. It's like here in Hawaii, unfortunately, when a child or adult goes missing and we think there's foul play involved, the first place our minds go to is the ocean, to be honest. There's certain places that minds go. It's one reason why whenever I go to the ocean, there's certain places with certain monuments that I just sit back and I think about those that have been lost that way. And so, but that was a really good point right there.
That one and Grandma Sherry, first to squeal gets the deal.
Yep. And that's it. And Aaron, you're right. Is it more fathomable that she killed Athena and said he did that, beat him to the punch? See, it's very possible right now. Okay. Do we know Athena has died? Most likely. We do not know for sure 100% yet. And that is why, okay, leading into this next area. Okay, today they found, okay, right in the area they were told to go look, they did find a child's body. And I'm not going to play the audio on this, but you can see here, it looks like if you look in this area, I'm not sure if that's the area they're talking about, but that looks like a large branch. There are things. Hey, Kkay, welcome, my dear. Hawaii looks like heaven. Hawaii can feel like heaven. It can. Other times, not too sure. So looking at this right now, let me pull it back so you guys can watch again with this. Okay, this is exactly where they were saying. But again, did she know where? Did he take off? But there was still, okay. Is it, okay, Sleuth Mom, okay, thank you for clarifying it, because this is what's been killing me this whole time. So it's further back in the bush itself. Okay, so it's still further back. So thank you. Okay, got it. So I think, and that's the thing. Okay. They know they found, but I do want to repeat, we don't know for sure. Yes, chances are it is her. Unfortunately, I wish I could zoom on this one, but it's actually a video. Okay, so it's kind of stuck where it is right there. I'm sorry about that. No, that's the time. And so if I can get some more video in the future, there is, Burden, that's, if you could find that, because that's one thing I could not find while I was looking was actual, zeroed in video, but I do know a lot of times they won't show the exact because, we saw that with other cases because they're still trying to get stuff together. By the way, welcome, RRR, welcome. And chances are it is, okay. Oh, no helicopter zooms in to show it at end. Okay. Don't know if that's the one. I may need to get, let's see. Yeah, you know what? It might be a different video. So if anyone sends me that video, I will pull that up. Let's see. That is, that's about all. Yeah, it looks like this video that they chose, unfortunately, does not do that. So, but I'll keep an eye, and if I do find anything else, I'll actually share it on my community tab later. Seal took a screenshot of it earlier. Okay, I'll take a look for that real quick, too. There we go. Let me see if that's that or something else. So, but yeah, we kind of know chances are it is going to be her. Okay, but we don't know 110%. But again, we don't know. We've got 2 people who were involved in this case. Where is the actual truth? I don't know if we'll actually truly find out for a little while longer. You got anything to say?
Unless they flip on each other, or I mean, then we still won't even know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Okay, right now, okay, everyone's trying to get the best deal. Oh, Sherry, don't even. Just the thought of that. But it's true. Just the thought of if it was not that. Oh gosh. I just Sleuth Mom just sent Sleuth and Burden are searching for stuff, and they just shared with me a Facebook thing. Let me close that up real quick so I can pull this up. Facebook Live, I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here we go. So this is actually, okay, there we go. So you're kind of seeing here, definitely, and at about 10 minutes in, okay, so looking here, you can definitely see, and I'm going to take a minute to say something real quickly about police again. Our police, our law enforcement, while we're watching this, they go through so much stress. And they really, 15 minutes in, not 10. Okay, thank you. And I know we all like military and all that. We sit there and we try to thank them for all they do. I don't think we could ever thank them anymore, because they need every bit. Because could you see coming home every night? You can't just turn this stuff off. These are stories. These are children. Okay, you're starting to get into the area right there. Oh, poor baby. And yeah, like you said, if it's not her, who is it? And chances are it is her. But what if it wasn't? It breaks your heart. Really, really breaks your heart. Hope that helps a little bit, RRR. You were able, thank you for letting me know. You knew the video. You knew the video that we were talking about. So, it kills you to know and see these things.
Right
there. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Oh, gosh. And my problem is I can actually I start thinking about him driving. How can anyone even live with something like this afterwards? That's what gets me. RRR, you're okay. You live close to Cyril. Okay, got it. You know what? You can tell close-knit neighborhoods, and this is a very close-knit neighborhood. But you know what? I think that you find a lot of areas around our country that are so much more close with each other than, okay, we talk about Ohana and stuff like that, but that's when we all come together and we try to support each other and be there for them. And the worst thing in the world is to hear something like this case. And yeah, like Grandma Sherry said, all of us deal with these cases day in, day out when we care about advocacy, when we care about sharing. There's one reason why you notice a lot of times I cover new cases rather than old cases. Okay, throughout the whole time. I cover the new case and then, okay. And it's because you get very, very close to all this. And so it hurts.
Just call me Hen. The fence line, it's a barbed wire fence. So it looks like just rusted metal. Just wrapped around.
And they lived. And they lived in that area. Is that correct? That was an area they lived at one time, if I remember right.
They previously lived there, yeah.
Yeah. Seal has some pictures she sent on. Oh my God, how did my Discord get shut down? Well, not shut down. I closed the app. Say the words you mean, girl. And let's see if I got some others here. But yeah, there's so many cases that are just starting to, and what is rough on these cases is they go on and on and on. Okay. I was just talking to someone else the other day, and they were saying that we've got the court date for, I think it's the West brothers, coming up very soon. You know how long this feels like? Okay, it's just nuts. Kelly, can you do me a favor, Kelly, just so I can make sure? I'm pretty sure that is it. Actually, here, wait, I can do that. Okay, got it. You're good. No problem, my dear. Thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a, there you go, my dear. And also, let me just open up my windows again so I can see this correctly. Yeah, I think right now there's so much. Okay, Seal, it's in Athena's thread. Are we talking in sleuths or, sorry, trying to find that. Oh yeah, Kelly, you know how it goes, totally. So I think the next step at this is they've got, yeah, I'm hoping they stream. I have not, has anyone heard, are they streaming the West Boys trial? I haven't heard anything. Yes? Seal?
Good.
Sorry, I could be answering, you could be answering the other question too. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yes, yay. And then I'm like, wait, she has a couple questions she's answering.
Especially because we've been waiting so long from hearing about the grand jury.
Oh my God, yes. Well, there's so many out there. We got the West Boys. We've got Ariel. Ariel hopefully will start seeing some closure to her case coming, even though it's not ever going to have closure until they find her. But I worry about the ocean again in this case. And it does, because every one of these children, every one of these teens, these adults, they deserve the honor and respect of a burial. Their families deserve a place to be able to sit down and know that they're with their loved one, even if it hurts to know that that loved one is no longer with them. And also, Ariel is heartbreaking. And I don't know how many of you guys still remember Ariel's case, or if you came in later, but it was a Hawaii case. And it's another one of those cases where a little girl was failed. And also, so we'll find out. We're going to definitely find out from here exactly where things are going. What happens to little Adina? That I'm wondering what exactly will happen with her.
And I think he's actually going to be arraigned. No, he's waiting for extradition. I can't say that word. He's going to be extradited. Okay.
That works. Yeah. I know I'm horrible when I hit certain things. Yes. And her trials point. And that's what upsets me is trials keep getting postponed, and they use excuses, COVID, this, that, all. No. Okay. People deserve justice.
Well, look how fast Daryl Brooks went to trial.
Exactly.
And then Megan Boswell, no, not Megan. Was it Megan Boswell or the Heidi Broussard? One of them got postponed until 2025.
And you know what? So much I do realize, yes. Okay, everyone, we're in a country where our core people should be given that chance to put together a quality case. Okay, and sometimes that does need more time. But there also becomes a point where that more time is actually just postponing the inevitable. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're trying to just do that so they don't ever have to go to that. Seal, I looked at the tax assessor's website to see if you own property in Grady County, and I couldn't find. So the question becomes, Is it owned by another family member and they just live there maybe? I don't know. That could be a possibility. We've seen that in a couple other cases recently. Megan Boswell got delayed.
Yes,
And
that's
again,
the one that's 2025.
sickening. That's just, I mean, we're at 2020. Blockbuster movies are going to come out quicker than in these cases. I mean, Avatar 3 is going to come out quicker than these cases. And it's just ridiculous.
The fifth movie of Always Ever After is going to come out
beyond that. Yeah, something made them comfortable enough. Okay, and a couple things I did notice with that. First of all, yes, they felt comfortable enough going there. It's interesting that they would go to a place that is connected to them to begin with. Okay, you would think if you're trying to hide things, they weren't thinking this through at all.
No.
And
it
then
was
the other
definitely
thing,
a crime of passion.
Yeah. Was there true caring there, emotional attachment? If they put a broken branch on top of her, that's almost some level of memorial in their head, I would think.
So they could find her?
Yeah.
Like,
and
go back and find her sometime?
Yeah, exactly. The Stosh case, are you talking Letitia's case? Oh my God, that's another one that frustrates me. Yeah. Delayed. And but yeah, that is the case in this right now. Okay, why did they choose those things? Okay, it was not super far away. Okay, he did all this really quick without thinking, because it sounds like whatever happened, and then they grabbed and they ran and then they came back. Yeah, it's nuts. Not too, plus he took his phone with him. Yeah, never take your phone with you, gang. We've all sat here and talked about pings.
How to get him away with murder 101. Leave your phone at home.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that every murderer does. Either they take their phone and then they put it on airplane mode.
Bingo. It'll be interesting whether or not there's any video surveillance from the roads where they can see who was in the car, for example, things like that. Because, yeah, there's definitely, when they buried her, there's a definite emotional connection to how they went about it.
Mom, they always do it. even Idaho 4 guy did it. I mean, Barry Morris did it.
And that's the other, And that's the other side. Actually, Patronus hit it on the head. Was it to be able to go back and, okay, I don't want to say honor her, but mourn her or something? Was it, okay, that emotional connection? Or was it that he had a plan to go back there and do something and get rid of it more permanently? Get rid of her body more permanently.
Right. And I mean, even, serial killers, they always think of putting branches and leaves and stuff to cover the body, but really that just draws your eyes to it even more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, and there's definitely things. And this is what it comes down to now, is we need justice for this. Hey, Princess Megan, my dear. Okay, this little girl needs justice. Her big sister needs justice. I would love to hear from her biomod. Yes.
Well,
does she owe us anything? No.
No, she doesn't. But we have heard from the paternal grandmother, and she has spoken up during press conferences, and she's like, I'm the paternal grandmother, and the liaison, or the person that speaks for the sheriff's department, she's almost like dismissive of her. Right. Like, okay, like, quiet down, like, you're gonna hurt the investigation, like, don't say anything.
Yeah, this case, you had a lot of people right from the get-go getting involved family-wise. We were all talking about that, in fact. That a lot of people just kind of jumping in with it. And yeah, actually, Patronus Glow, that's a good point for, okay, yeah, a couple of you guys made that. Was the branch laid on top of it to hide the grave? Very good point there. Very good point there.
Sleuth Mom, don't give away my secret.
Exactly. She's going to, hey, that's it, Sleuth. Her channel is going to be like, come sub to me and I'll teach you how to commit the perfect murder. You don't need to watch Netflix or anything like that. Just come over to my channel.
Your secret's right here. Just wait until you see my intro of all the
exactly
swamps and all of that stuff. I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh. Exactly. So
Alligators
crazy.
like to eat ham.
Oh, yes, exactly. Let me leave that there. So, yeah, send the cops after her. There we go. Stop it before it starts. And also, oh my gosh. So, yeah, no, there's, I actually, in fact, I'm going to be going to see Avatar tonight. So I'm actually going to be leaving fairly soon. And, but, this case is a good reminder to all of us, that when crime happens, it does not happen in a vacuum. Okay, it's not just the criminal and the victim. Okay, it affects so many other people. Okay, in this case alone, we have a sister. We've got 4 Hanai. In Hawaii, we would say Hanai, adopted, foster, whatever, siblings. Okay, that have now also lost their parents. Okay, we've got grandparents, we've got aunts and uncles, we've got neighbors. Because when something like this happens in your neighborhood, it's you.
We have someone like RRR who is a part of the community.
Bingo. Exactly. RRR is there. And you know what? Those things affect. I remember when I was a younger kid and the girl across the street who I knew and would hang out with unalived herself. That affected me for the rest of my life, especially those early years while I was trying to learn how to deal with it. These things affect everyone. And I think that's one reason why we all come onto YouTube about it, is because they do, even us. When we heard the story of Athena, it affected us immediately. It made us feel, okay, it made us hold our children a little closer, made me hold my pups a little closer. I don't got children. And because we see in a cutie like this, a little angel like this, we see our own kids and our own family. And it does. She deserves justice. Her sister deserves justice.
And that's
those closest. Yeah.
And that's one thing that I, told Lokamai before we even came on, is I said, I know that we all know what happened. By now, by this time, all of you in chat, everybody that's watching this video, we knew what happened before we even came live. But this is therapeutic for all of us, because we were all there at the beginning whenever she was first reported missing. And for all of you guys, for Lokamai, for me, we needed this time to talk this out, because it's therapeutic for us. No. Because they do become part of our family, because we watch religiously for these updates.
Yeah. And that's one reason why when we do the mental health lives on Fridays, a lot of times I'll pick subjects based off of how I know many of us are dealing with things right now. Okay, when Athena popped up, dealing with news stories, things like that. There's so many different things, and that's how it affects us. How do we deal with it? While also still being able to, because in the end, it's important it's important what Sleuth is doing. It's important what Burden's doing. Okay, that girl religiously posts out, posters, people who are missing. How many other people here? Louisiana girl does it, Kkay does it. Sherry, Tim, we're all out here talking and trying to bring attention to these missing people. And
We got that Amber Alert at the end of your live last night, and how many of us said, "Okay, I'm starting a poster." And there was at least 3 or 4 of us already working on a poster before Locomite could even finish her live.
And that's great to see, because I've talked to a couple people. That's something that's newer, that we're starting to see so many people who are going out, and it's a community of getting the word out to people. Okay, and we'll continue doing that. But right now, hopefully we'll hear more about these two POSs and what's going to happen to them.
In additional charges?
I'm hoping they're coming. I'm hoping. It looks like they're there. We just need to clarify what they are. And we will definitely keep letting you guys know. And but yeah, it's really, this little girl deserves, her sister needs to know that she's got justice. It doesn't matter right now, but at some point in the future for her, when she's older, it's gonna make a difference for her. I'm happy. Okay, you're sleeping, Princess Megan. I hope you feel better, though. I really hope.
We have another.
Michelle just said she just got an Amber Alert.
Yep,
I just saw that.
I did too. Midland,
this happens every time I get ready to finish my live lately. Every single time we pull a new Amber Alert. Let me see if it's...
Child abduction in Midland, Texas, gray 2022 Dodge Ram 3500, license plate S as in Sam, D as in David, D as in David, 9435, Texas. Victim is 11-month-old white female Darla Steve, who was last seen wearing unknown clothing. Suspect is 29-year-old white male Zach Smith, who was last seen wearing unknown clothing. Please call 911 with information. Not
I'm going to
sure.
pull it up right now.
Not sure.
I just got a copy.
If that is a...
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we don't have pictures yet. I'm not seeing anything on the Amber Alert page yet. If we get it, we will share it before. If not, I will get a poster out. I know everyone will get this really quick.
I'm gonna start working on it right now.
Yeah, so Midland, Texas. Kkay, do you know where Midland is? I know Midland, but
is near the Panhandle.
So it's up west, northwest. Yep. Okay, got it. So a gray 22 Dodge Ram 3500, license plate SDD 9435, 11-month-old Darla Steve Zach Smith. So we don't know if they could be. My gut is saying they may be related, because usually when they have a name that goes with the missing person, 9 times out of 10 they're related. I'm trying to pull things up at the same time. Yeah, guys, if you could please start with your prayers. That's the first thing that we do, is we say prayers, we send positive energy, we do whatever we can on that level. Keep your eye out for any information whatsoever that is coming out here. I am checking this right now, gang. Sorry.
They can easily be in New Mexico, Oklahoma, anything very, very, very quickly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, because Midland is a fairly large town. So it definitely would make sense that they could very easily get to a highway or something like that. Sorry, I'm looking. No pictures yet. I'm still looking for anything. Sorry, gang. I know this is a little different. When we were actually just at the point I was actually going to start slowing up and finishing things. But right now, getting the word out about a missing 11-month-old definitely takes priority. Let me see if I can find a news story. Midland, Texas. Let's see. Yeah, there's been so many. I have to say, though, I know some people say you can actually overdo Amber Alerts, and Texas has a lot of them. but they work. They do work.
We have
Um,
we have at least one every single week.
wow. And I don't think it's because you have more missing. I don't know. I'd have to check that.
It's
But I
because
don't think it's
bigger.
Yeah. Well, but California is just as big and stuff like that. I'd have to look at census population, stuff like that. I
But you
don't know if
also
it's
have to realize how many people are coming into the country every day, and that's not political.
no, I
It's
agree. I
real.
agree.
It's realistic. We're,
Yeah.
and I think they said that our our population grew by 3 million last
Oh
year.
yeah. No, totally get that one. Totally. But I have to give it to Texas because I think if you look at population and stuff like that, they put out without question an Amber Alert. Very seldom do you see Texas in a situation where people are like, oh, they should have put out an Amber Alert type thing. They usually do it right away.
I just don't
And
like how they cancel it after 10 days.
oh yeah, that becomes a problem there. I can definitely tell you that.
How is this not on the missing and exploited children yet?
That sometimes takes a little longer. I'm actually trying to go to the Texas subscriber alerts page to see if I can get anything, but I think they're getting inundated because it won't open up for me. So I'm trying to pull all that stuff up and see if I could get more information, a picture, because I would like to share a picture of this little one or the person before we go off. Zach Smith, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Zach, because honestly, guys, it's like I said yesterday, 9 times out of 10 with these people, when they go missing, okay, if they have someone with them, a lot of times they know the picture of the missing child is out there. So they may not actually let the child go out, but they'll go in and get gas. They'll go into all these other places. I have some pictures here, but I'm not 100% positive. Gosh, Midland, Texas is actually, let's see here.
It's Darla Steve, right?
What is Darla Steve?
The child's name?
Yeah, Darla Steve. You're right. Yeah, I really would love to see the country as a whole come together and look at what we can do for our Amber Alert program.
Especially with T-Mobile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's actually, is that getting better? Okay, for those of you who don't know, in Hawaii, we actually had an Amber Alert a couple months ago. Erin, it's not opening for you either? Okay, thank you. Because, it's not opening for me. Savage! How you doing, my dear? Yeah, they're getting totally inundated right now, I think. But yeah, what happened to me a little while back, we had a Amber Alert here in Hawaii. And I never received the Amber Alert. My brother did not. My mom didn't. My best friend did. So I knew it wasn't island-based. It was, issues. And we discovered T-Mobile, it has an issue with getting Amber Alerts out. And I've been wondering if it's getting any better at all. So, Midland, Texas. Let's see if I can find something in the news yet. Let's see. Sorry, gang. But right now we're just trying. Okay. No, that's. Wow. There's not even any information showing up in the news yet with this. That's kind of what happens. Takes a while to get the word out for everything.
All right, I got it.
So, you got it?
Yep.
You got pictures?
Yep. All right.
Let's see.
There's Darla.
Here. Oh, it's on your phone?
Yeah.
Is it through the NCMEC site?
It's Texas. I searched on
it's the Texas
Facebook.
one?
I
Okay,
searched
got it.
on Facebook and
Perfect.
I put Darla Steve Zach Smith and the Texas Department of Public Safety Amber Alert came up.
Perfect. Let's see if I can get it to pull up for me.
I'll just do this for right now.
What channel? What's the name of that channel or account?
Where I found it?
Yeah. What was the name of the owner of the Facebook page?
egreenvilleextra.com.
egreenvilleextra.com. Okay, let's see if that comes up. Oh, that's not working. That did not work. Okay, never mind. Until I thought that might work that way. I'd like to share that picture out to people.
Go to my Facebook, my regular Facebook.
You sure you're okay with me doing that?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Because I just shared it.
Okay, as long as you're cool with it, I just wanted to make sure. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
So here the ones are. I can pull it up and make sure we got it nice and big for everyone. There we go.
Just want everybody to be able to see them.
Exactly. This is the priority. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much, Aaron. So this is Darla, Steve, and Zach Smith. Darla is 11 months old. She's got black hair. She is white and brown eyes. We do not know what she was last wearing. Zach Smith, right now we do not know if it's actually a family member or not, but he is 5'6", 167 pounds. That scares me that they know the information on him that well right now, to be honest, without saying why. And brown eyes, brown hair, 29 years old. They are thought to be in a Dodge. So there's the vehicle. So we're talking flatbed truck, brand new one also, with license plate SDD 9435. So please take a look at that. We are going to, I'm sure a bunch of us are making, I have a feeling Burden's working on a poster. So is Sleuth probably right now. Yeah, that's true. Aaron, you actually just read my mind, actually. It was one of those two that kind of worries me. And, but it could be from his, you're right, it could actually be from his driver's license now that you mentioned that. So,
someone just posted on Facebook, if anyone knows Zach Smith from Midland, Texas, please tell him to take Darla back home or clear it up. So,
yeah. So I suspect this is a family thing, but hopefully he will, like I said last night with the Amber Alert, you know what? They're not safe just because they're with their family. Okay, it's dangerous when you're on the road. So much stuff can happen so quickly. So I'm going to log us off fairly quick here because I want to make sure we can all try to start sharing out. And it's easier for me to share out information once I'm offline, and I know it's the same for you, Kkay. But yeah, anything last you wanted to say? I'm going to leave this poster up though for now. Anything else you wanted to say, Kkay, before we finished on Athena's story?
Let's just keep the bio mom and Adina in our prayers. And let's get justice for Athena, and make sure to go subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be getting more videos out.
You got it. You got it. So, and yeah, I agree. You know what, guys? We'll keep you up to date as more stuff happens and we find out more about what's going on in this case. Remember, until it's at court and we're starting to find out what the real truth is, truth can go in many different ways. So we just take the facts as we know them and we move forward. And, but yeah, keep them in your prayers. Her sister, their, siblings that they grew up with, all those people. Please make sure to sub to Cajun True Crime. Her channel is right over there, pinned at the top of chat. And I have a funny feeling a bunch of us will be popping up with information on the Amber Alert and let you know what's happening with that. So, hey, Oscar. Hey, Oscar. Love you, my dear. You caught us right as we were logging off because we got an Amber Alert we're all going to try to cover real quickly and get information out and help. But love you, my dear, and I will talk to you later, Oscar. And so you guys all have a great evening, and I will let you know, and I'm sure Kkay will do the same thing, what is going on with this Amber Alert as soon as we know more information. So. Yes. Love you guys tons. Thanks for joining me and Miss Kkay. Sorry, Cassie's howling all of a sudden or crying or something. Love you guys so much. Oh, yes. For all the mods, thank you guys. For those of you who joined memberships today, we had a lot of people who joined memberships. You guys have no idea how much I really appreciate that. It's like I got a family, and I love this family we're creating here. So thank you to those of you who joined. Thank you so much. And for those of you who hit your 1 month anniversary as a member, I love you. I love you. Okay, talk to you guys later tomorrow. Okay, Burden, Sleuth and I are going to be over at Burden's channel to continue our weekly panel. So please join us there and make sure to subscribe to Miss Kkay. Love you guys and talk to you later. Aloha, mahalo.